Hello everyone, I'm Karine, I'm 26 and I'm product engineer at Alpex Protection. Alpex is a French company based in France nearby Lyon. We are one of the worldwide leaders in laminated textiles dedicated to protective garments. Our core business is the membranes. Each of them can provide different properties such as wind protection, water protection, fire resistance, blood pathogens protection, and so on. Our latest membrane innovation, developed in collaboration with DuPont, is the Nomex Nanoflex laminate range. It has been specifically developed for particulates blocking hoods. Through this presentation, we're going to broach different points. First of all, we will introduce the Nomex Nanoflex laminates and deal with its composition. Then, we will elaborate on its performances according to different norms and test methods. Finally, we will make a brief recap and a conclusion. Dealing with the Nomex Nanoflex laminate range. It's made of 3 layers which are fully flame and heat resistant and air permeable. Let's get closer to the detailed construction of the multilayer. The outer layer is a knit, which is fireproof and brings mechanical properties such as abrasion resistance. The middle layer is a fine particulate barrier, highly air permeable. The inner layer is a knit, which enhances moisture transfer. Among the Nomex Nanoflex laminated range, the star products are the Nomex Nanoflex 430 LAM and the 335 LAM. These products were developed to bring innovative performances and additional protection to firefighters' hoods. These solutions allow the wearer to be highly protected while keeping much more comfortable than with a traditional PTFE membrane. Now, let's focus on the advantages brought by these multilayers. They bring comfort through its moisture management, stretch, air permeability, and no sounds, noises, interferences. Also, protection by way of its flame and heat resistance, filtration efficiency. A focus will be made on fine particles and virus bacteria. And situation awareness through its limited rubbing noises and limited crackling noises. According to the comforts, moisture management is an important point. We decided to combine hydrophilic and hydrophobic layers to increase moisture transfer and avoid condensation. The graph underlines the advantages of wearing a Nomex Nanoflex laminated hood compared to a traditional one. Also, as written on the slide, the water vapor resistance, called RET, is always under 7, which depicts the great breathability of the Nomex Nanoflex laminates. In other words, the sweat is removed quickly from the skin and evacuated across the material. Let's keep the wearer dry. Another great point for comfort is the elasticity. Our Nomex Nanoflex laminates are the stretchiest filtration barriers on the market. The wearer keeps moving without any trouble. Hoods made with these laminates are also much easier to don on and don off than membrane-based ones. Field tests with some fire brigades were made for 9 months. They concluded on the durability of the materials and that, despite these intensive trials, hoods kept their shape. Nomex Nanoflex laminates have the ability to keep its high filtration performances while being subject to an important stress. The third advantage of these materials in the comfort topic is their air permeability. Nomex Nanoflex laminates are much more air permeable compared to the traditional hoods. As you can see on the graph, there is a huge difference between the two products. Our solution is around 40 times more breathable than traditional hoods using PTFE films. If we now focus on the video, we designed internally a short test to highlight air permeability of different products. Air is sent through the material with a hand pumping ball. You can see on the right-hand side a Nomex NanoFlex laminate, and on the left-hand side a PTFE-based material. The result is obvious. We see much more air passing through the Nomex NanoFlex laminate than the PTFE material. After having seen comfort performances, we're going to turn our attention to the protection characteristics. As the previous topic, they are known as a number of three. The first one is the thermal and flame performance. While being in a hazardous situation, firefighters are exposed to two kinds of heats, the radiant and the convective heat. At the bottom of your screen, you have two different videos. On the left-hand side, the video shows the resistance of our product against the convective heat. Indeed, you can see our product exposed to a flame. Our product resists to the flame and reduces temperature rising behind it. The second video is the representation of the Nomex NanoFlex laminates exposed to a radiant heat, represented in red while heating up on the video. As for the other test, the product is used as a thermal barrier and avoid the temperature to increase too fast on the other side of the fabric. Moreover, on the graph on the upper left corner, we demonstrate how the Nomex NanoFlex 430 LAM overperformed the specification of the norm. Indeed, the gray part represents the specification required by the norm, and the yellow part shows the performances obtained by our product. Nomex NanoFlex laminates enhance safety. The high thermal insulation of the Nomex NanoFlex laminates prevents from burns. Now, still in our protection part, let's focus on filtration efficiency. Smokes, generated by various types of fires, contain fine particles. In the following tests, the size of the particles tested were between 0.1 and 1 micron. In fact, recent researches highlighted the risk of regular exposures to fine particles for firefighters. The neck and jaws area, where the skin is thin and wet, is exposed to particles absorption. Whether in original state or after 20 washes at 60 degrees Celsius, our Nomex NanoFlex laminates are overperforming filtration efficiency described in the NFPA 1971. The video is showing the high level of particle blocking of our materials. Feeling good while feeling safe, a major step forward. Still in filtration efficiency, let's focus on viral and bacterial filtration. As described in the graph, the Nomex NanoFlex laminates passed the norm with 99.7% filtration efficiency. As for the VFE, viral filtration efficiency, or the BFE, bacterial filtration efficiency. You can see the product performing the norm in the video by repulsing the virus and bacteria. Let's turn to the acoustic part, which is essential for firefighters to stay in touch with each other and with their environment. Situation awareness could be vital in specific situations. We characterized in a specific lab this parameter by two different tests, rubbing noises and crackling noises measurements. The goal is to represent noises which could be generated by the movements of the firefighter's head in its hood. The first test has been carried out on a mannequin head and consists in rubbing the hood on its silicone hair. The noise has been recorded by a microphone placed inside the hair. Measured data are represented on the graph along the audible frequency. we see clearly that the Nomex Nanoflex laminates are quieter than PTFE-based hoods. According to crackling noises, hoods materials have been creased during 20 seconds at 5 centimeters in front of a microphone. As for rubbing test, Nomex Nanoflex laminated materials are much less noisy when being crackled than PTFE materials. No sacrifices on situation awareness. Dealing with the last characteristic, let's talk about the durability of the product. As I said earlier, we made field testing with the fire department. After 9 months of intensive use, we kept a very high level of filtration of particles which size are under 1 micron. As shown on the graph, the black column represents a typical hood with no barrier, and the yellow one a hood made of Nomex Nanoflex laminates after field testing. As the result, we stay over 99% of filtration for the Nomex Nanoflex, contrary to 40% for a typical hood in initial state. Thanks to their specifically developed bonding process and bonding pattern, the laminated version of Nomex Nanoflex are extremely durable and have been tested up to 50 washing cycles and still show no damages after 100 washing cycles. You can see the washing resistance on the picture. Through its specific construction, Nomex Nanoflex laminated barriers offer long-term protection. As a summary, I propose you to dive into this short video. As a conclusion, I wanted to underline that 2 of our star products are certificated according to American and European norms, as known as the NFPA 1971 and the EN 13911. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and I thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us on our website or by email. Au revoir!